Have you ever felt like you're giving your all in a relationship, yet something feels off? You show up, put in the effort, and do everything you can to nurture the connection, but somehow it feels like you're the only one trying. Maybe she seems distant, uninterested, or indifferent to your presence. You keep hoping things will change, that if you just do a little more, she'll start valuing you the way you deserve. But deep down, you know something isn't right. Truth is, love and respect aren't things you should have to beg for. Many strong and confident men find themselves in this exact situation. Men who, in every other area of life, know their worth and stand firm in their values. But when it comes to relationships, even the most self-assured men can struggle with recognizing when they're being undervalued. This isn't about weakness, it's about conditioning. Society often teaches men to prove their worth in relationships through relentless effort. But what happens when that effort isn't reciprocated? What happens when the woman you care about doesn't truly see your value? As a high-value man, you understand that your worth doesn't come from external validation, it comes from within. You don't need constant reassurance, nor do you rely on others to define your self-esteem. But at the same time, relationships require reciprocity. A strong man doesn't just give endlessly without receiving anything in return. If a woman truly values you, her actions will reflect that she will respect your time, appreciate your effort, and invest in the relationship. If she doesn't, then it's up to you to recognize the signs and take action. That's exactly what this video is about. Today, we're breaking down 4 key behaviors that reveal when a woman doesn't truly value you. These behaviors aren't always obvious at first, but over time, they create a pattern, one that can slowly erode your confidence and self-respect. Recognizing these signs early can save you from wasting time and emotional energy on someone who doesn't appreciate you. This isn't about blame or resentment. It's about awareness and self-respect. The goal here is to empower you. Once you recognize these behaviors for what they are, you'll be able to make better choices for yourself. You'll stop chasing after people who don't value you and start investing in relationships that bring you mutual respect and fulfillment. You are not here to be someone's afterthought or backup plan. You are a man of value and purpose, and you deserve a relationship that reflects that. If someone fails to see your worth, that's their loss, not yours. Before we get started, take a moment to support the channel. If this message resonates with you, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And if you've ever felt undervalued in a relationship, share your experience in the comments. Let's build a community of strong, self-respecting men who refuse to settle for less than they deserve. Now, let's dive into the first behavior of a woman who doesn't value you. Behavior 1, she never makes time. Time is one of the most valuable gifts a person can give. It's the one resource we can never get back, and how someone chooses to spend their time reveals what truly matters to them. In any relationship, both people should be making an effort to create moments together. If a woman genuinely values you, she will prioritize spending time with you, not just when it's convenient, but because she genuinely enjoys your presence. She consistently fails to make time, cancels plans without rescheduling, or keeps you at the bottom of her priorities. It's not just bad timing, it's a clear sign of disinterest. One of the biggest signs that a woman doesn't value you is that she's always too busy. Everyone has responsibilities, work, family, personal goals, but the reality is that people make time for what's important to them. She constantly tells you she has no time yet seems to have time for social events, friends, and hobbies. The message is clear. She's choosing not to prioritize you. Another red flag is when she frequently postpones or cancels plans without making an effort to reschedule. When a woman values you, even if she has to cancel, she will take the initiative to set another date because she genuinely wants to see you. Avoiding quality time is another telltale behavior. Maybe she agrees to meet up, but when she does, she seems distracted, disengaged, or in a hurry to leave. She might be glued to her phone, uninterested in deep conversations, or treating your time together like an obligation rather than something she enjoys. This isn't just a sign of disinterest, it's a lack of respect for your presence. A woman who truly values you will not only make time, but will be fully present and engaged when she's with you. Even the greatest and busiest leaders in history understood the importance of prioritizing what matters. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful Roman emperors and a renowned Stoic philosopher, ruled an entire empire yet still made time for personal reflection, relationships, and the things that grounded him. He understood that time, when invested wisely, strengthens connections and builds character. If a man who bore the weight of an empire could make time for what was important, then a woman who values you should have no excuse. The simple truth is this: when a woman cares, she will show it through her actions. She will create time for you, even if it's just a small gesture, a quick call, a thoughtful message, or adjusting her schedule to fit you in. Love and respect are reflected in the way people prioritize each other, and if she genuinely sees you as an important part of her life, she won't keep you waiting or guessing about where you stand. Relationships aren't about constant availability, but they are about consistent effort. If she's consistently unavailable, it's time to accept the reality she's not prioritizing you because she doesn't truly value you. A high-value man recognizes these signs early and doesn't waste his time chasing someone who doesn't reciprocate his efforts. Don't make excuses for someone who never makes time for you. Instead, invest in yourself and find people who respect and appreciate your presence. Your time is valuable. Don't waste it on someone who doesn't see it that way. Behavior 2. Your efforts go unnoticed. Effort in a relationship is one of the clearest expressions of respect and value. When you genuinely care about someone, you show it through your actions, whether it's through thoughtful gestures, emotional support, or simply being present when they need you. But what happens when your efforts go unnoticed? When a woman repeatedly overlooks or dismisses what you do for her, it's not just a lack of gratitude. It's a sign that she doesn't truly value you. Appreciation isn't just about hearing thank you once in a while. It's about recognizing and reciprocating the energy you bring to the relationship. One of the biggest signs that your efforts are going unnoticed is when she doesn't acknowledge or appreciate the things you do. Maybe you go out of your way to plan a thoughtful date and she barely reacts. Perhaps you support her through a tough time, but when you need the same in return, she's nowhere to be found. She might even dismiss your kindness as something she's entitled to rather than something she should appreciate. And the worst part? You start questioning yourself, wondering if you need to try harder, do more, or prove your worth even further. But that's a trap. Research consistently shows that appreciation is one of the top qualities people desire in a partner. Study on relationship dynamics found that couples who regularly express gratitude toward one another report higher levels of satisfaction and emotional connection. Why? Because feeling valued strengthens the bond between two people. When your effort is met with indifference or entitlement rather than gratitude, it creates an imbalance. Relationships thrive on mutual respect and appreciation, and without them, resentment starts to build. She never acknowledges what you bring to the table. It's time to reassess whether she truly sees your worth. Stoic philosopher Cicero once said, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others." Gratitude is the foundation of respect, kindness, and love. When someone lacks gratitude, it often means they lack the ability to truly value those around them. A woman who fails to recognize your efforts isn't just being forgetful, she's showing you where you stand in her life. If she can't even offer a simple expression of appreciation for what you do, she's revealing her priorities, and unfortunately, you're not high on the list. Here's the hard truth. If your efforts are constantly overlooked, the solution isn't to try harder, it's to recognize your own worth. Many men fall into the trap of thinking, if I just do a little more, she'll finally see my value. But that's a dangerous mindset because it places your self-worth in someone else's hands. A woman who truly values you will see and appreciate your effort without you having to fight for her recognition. She will acknowledge the little things and reciprocate them. Not out of obligation, but because she genuinely wants to. If you find yourself in a situation where your kindness is met with indifference, it's time to step back. A high-value man doesn't waste his energy trying to prove himself to someone who refuses to see his worth. Instead of pouring effort into a one-sided relationship, invest in yourself and surround yourself with people who genuinely appreciate and respect what you bring to the table. The right woman won't take your efforts for granted. She will cherish them. And until you find that, don't settle for anything less. Behavior 3. Zero emotional investment. A meaningful relationship is built on more than just physical attraction or shared experiences. When two people truly value each other, they invest in understanding one another's thoughts, feelings, and aspirations. Emotional connection isn't just about talking. It's about feeling heard, supported, and understood. If you find yourself in a relationship where she remains emotionally distant, never opens up, or doesn't seem to care about your inner world, it's a clear sign that she's not truly invested in you. Love isn't just about presence, it's about participation. One of the biggest signs of zero emotional investment is when she avoids deep conversations. She only engages in small talk, brushes off meaningful discussions, or changes the subject when things get personal. She's keeping you at arm's length. Another red flag is when she shows no curiosity about your dreams, struggles, or ambitions. A woman who truly values you will want to understand what drives you, what challenges you, and what makes you who you are. If she never asks about your goals or emotions, it's not because she forgot, it's because she doesn't see you as someone worth deeply knowing. Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that deep connections stem from mutual understanding and a shared sense of purpose. Relationships aren't just about existing next to someone, they're about growing with them, challenging each other, and forming a bond based on trust and emotional depth. She refuses to engage in meaningful conversations or doesn't show any concern for your feelings, then the connection isn't real. A woman who values you will invest emotionally because she sees the relationship as something worth nurturing, not just something to pass the time. Here's the reality check. She's emotionally detached. She doesn't see you as a priority. Some men try to rationalize this behavior, thinking, maybe she's just not expressive or she'll open up over time. But ask yourself, how long are you willing to wait for someone to care? A woman who truly wants to be with you won't keep you at a distance indefinitely. If she remains emotionally closed off, it's not a phase, it's a choice. That choice tells you everything you need to know about where you stand in her life. The hard truth is that emotional investment cannot be forced. You can't make someone care, no matter how much effort you put in. If you find yourself constantly trying to draw her into deeper conversations, hoping she'll finally open up, you're fighting a losing battle. Emotional connection should be natural and mutual. If she doesn't invest in you emotionally, stop draining yourself trying to fix it. High-value man recognizes when he's giving more than he's receiving and has the self-respect to walk away. Don't waste your emotional energy on someone who refuses to invest in you. Relationships should be fulfilling, not exhausting. When a woman truly values you, she will want to know your thoughts, support your ambitions, and be present for your struggles. If she remains emotionally detached despite your best efforts, take that as a sign to move on. Her energy is better spent on people who see your worth and meet you with the same level of emotional depth you bring to the table. Behavior 4. Respect gap. Respect is the foundation of any lasting relationship. Without it, love, attraction, and effort eventually crumble. A woman who truly values you will respect your thoughts, your time, and your presence. She won't belittle your opinions, mock your aspirations, or make you feel small. She'll uplift and support you. When respect is missing, the relationship becomes one-sided, where you're constantly proving your worth while she disregards it. No matter how much chemistry or history you share, a relationship without mutual respect is doomed to fail. One of the biggest signs of a respect gap is when she dismisses your opinions, especially in conversations that matter to you. Maybe you share an idea and she rolls her eyes or brushes it off without consideration. Or perhaps she regularly interrupts you, talks over you, or disregards your perspective as if it holds no weight. Another warning sign is when she undermines your ambitions, whether subtly or openly. Instead of encouraging your goals, she downplays them, mocks them, or acts as if they're unrealistic. A woman who values you will respect your dreams, even if she doesn't fully understand them. Belittling comes in many forms, and not all of them are obvious. Sometimes it's overt insults, sarcastic remarks, or making fun of you in front of others. Other times it's more subtle passive-aggressive comments, laughing at your ideas, or constantly making you feel like you're not good enough. Over time, these behaviors chip away at your confidence, making you second-guess yourself. But here's the truth. A woman who respects you will never make you feel small. Instead, she will treat you with dignity, even in moments of disagreement. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and Roman emperors, understood the power of respect. Despite ruling over an empire, he treated even the lowest-ranked individuals with dignity. True respect isn't about status or power, it's about recognizing someone's intrinsic value. If an emperor could show respect to all, then a woman who genuinely cares about you should have no problem offering you the same. If she constantly disrespects you, it's not because you're unworthy, it's because she doesn't value you the way she should. The biggest red flag is when disrespect becomes a pattern. She repeatedly dismisses you, mocks you, or treats you with contempt. It's time to accept the truth. She doesn't see you as someone worth respecting. And if she doesn't respect you, she doesn't truly value you. No matter how much you care about her, staying in a relationship where you're constantly disrespected will only drain your confidence and self-worth. Respect isn't something you should have to fight for. It should be given freely in any healthy relationship. You deserve mutual respect. Anything less is unacceptable. A high-value man doesn't tolerate disrespect, nor does he try to convince someone to treat him right. If a woman repeatedly disregards your feelings, opinions, and ambitions, take that as a sign to walk away. A relationship should be a space of support and encouragement, not criticism and belittlement. Know your worth, set your standards, and never settle for a relationship where respect is missing. At the core of everything we've discussed, one truth remains unshaken. Your worth comes from within. You don't need validation from anyone, especially not from a woman who fails to see your value. A high-value man knows that he is not defined by how others treat him, but by how he carries himself. When you recognize your own worth, you stop tolerating behavior that disrespects, dismisses, or undervalues you. You don't settle for breadcrumbs of affection, half-hearted effort, or one-sided relationships. Instead, you set a standard for yourself and only allow people into your life who meet that standard. If you've noticed these behaviors in your relationship, whether it's her never making time, overlooking your efforts, staying emotionally distant, or lacking respect, don't ignore the signs. Many men convince themselves that things will change, that if they just try harder, she will suddenly start valuing them. The reality is, appreciation, respect, and emotional investment aren't things you should have to beg for. They should come naturally in a relationship with someone who genuinely cares about you. If they're missing, the solution isn't to try harder, it's to walk away. Choosing to walk away from someone who doesn't value you isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It means you respect yourself enough not to waste time on someone who isn't willing to give you the same effort in return. It means you are choosing yourself over a relationship that diminishes your confidence, drains your energy, and makes you feel unimportant. True Stoic man understands that self-respect is non-negotiable. You don't chase after people who don't appreciate you. You focus on your own growth, your own happiness, and surround yourself with people who truly see and respect you. The beauty of self-respect is that it shifts your entire life. The moment you stop tolerating less than you deserve, you begin attracting better relationships, better opportunities, and most importantly, a better version of yourself. Women respect men who respect themselves. When you hold yourself to a higher standard, the right people will naturally gravitate toward you. The wrong ones will fade away, and that's exactly how it should be. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you and make room for the relationships that do. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found yourself in a relationship where you felt undervalued? Did you recognize these behaviors before? Or is this the wake-up call you needed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're ready to start living life on your terms and refuse to settle for anything less than you deserve, type challenge accepted in the comments. Let's build a community of strong, self-respecting men who uplift each other and refuse to tolerate mediocrity. Before you go, make sure to hit the like button to support this message and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, your time, energy, and presence are valuable. Never waste them on someone who fails to see that. Keep leveling up, warrior. I'll see you in the next one.